Okay, in this video I'm going to take a look at the smoke map from my Seat Leon EDC16 105 brake horsepower file. Here's the original map, and this is the smoke map limited by manifold absolute pressure. There was another map, IQ limited by MAF, or mass airflow, which did not appear to be functioning, so I'm ignoring that one and I'm going straight to this one. So smoke, or IQ limited by MAP, so by pressure. Hence the fact that this scale here, or this axis here, is pressure, ends in 2000 millibars, or 2 bar. Here I've used a calculator like I've done with other files, and so this region here, being 1.1, is in effect 10% bigger than the rest of that region there. So if I just highlight that, if I put some colour in, not going to give me some colour, let's go for some yellow. I'll highlight that with a yellow block. So there's my 10% increase, and that 10% increase will immediately be represented here. Because it's an increase, it's red. If it was a decrease, it would be blue, and if it was no change, it would be black. This is real time, so in other words, if I change this to 1.2 instead, if you watch that 55 there, when I press enter, it's changed to 60. And obviously if I was to drag that down like that, and then you can see they've all changed. So, but if I come back over here, I'll just go back to the original number and leave it like that. Now obviously this gives me the ability to change these by any amounts I like. So I could go for 1.08, 1.09, 1.10. In other words, I could have a slow build up if I wanted, or I could have slightly bigger figures in one corner here just to see what happens. At the moment I'm just using a 10% block because this is only an example, but you could do this and then modify it afterwards to fine-tune whatever changes you'd made to your maps. Okay, now if we look at what's happened, my 10% increase has given me obviously a 10% increase in fueling, and it's given me a region of somewhere in the area of 55 to 66 milligrams per stroke of fuel. Now if we assume that the 66 is achievable, then at 66 milligrams per fuel we would have roughly 2 bar of pressure. 2 bar of pressure will give us 2 times 475, so it will give us roughly 950 milligrams of air. Now the thing is 950 milligrams per stroke of air enough to burn 66 milligrams of fuel? Well, I've made a note here to remind myself to say keep going back to a calculator. That would give us a air-fuel ratio of roughly 14.4 to 1. That's doable, but the car would probably smoke, and we are wasting fuel in the sense that we are burning the fuel still, but we're not getting the power from it because there's not enough air. So it would make sense to modify this a little bit further, either by making these values smaller or by increasing the amount of available air. And increasing the amount of available air on here means increasing the air pressure, and increasing the air pressure here obviously means increasing the boost. So before I consider any further changes to this smoke map, I need to have a look at the boost map to see what possible changes would make sense on the boost map. So that's where I'll go next, so I'll stop here at the moment.